Hello everyone, my name's Robin, aka Blue Potion Photography, and welcome to my first Photoshop tutorial. Today we're gonna learn about a technique called dodge and burn. So we're gonna learn what is dodge and burn, why do we need it, and when to use it. So yeah, what is dodge and burn? Basically if you look at photography and translate it word by word, it means painting with light. And dodge and burn is exactly that. We're painting with light and shadows on our picture. So most of the time it's used for beauty retouch, like just bringing a few highlights to the face or shadows to make a face look a bit thinner, or but you can as well use it to bring out details on clothes, for example, or on the hair, give a few highlights to the hair. And that's what I'm going to show you now. So here we have a photo of Liechee Cosplay I've taken a few weeks ago, and you may wonder, my Photoshop is set to German because I started Photoshop at an age where I didn't speak English yet, so I'm kinda used to it. But I'll use the English words for the features, so I hope you find what you're looking for. But I guess it'll work somehow. Okay, let's start. I want to start with a few basics first. So the basic thing is I highly recommend using a graphics tablet because we're actually doing some real painting on this picture, and the graphics tablet helps a lot, but you don't need it. So if you don't have one, you won't have to buy one. I'll show you both ways. So at first I want to do the retouch for her face. So let's just zoom in a bit, and I recommend doing dodge and burn as early as you can in your Photoshop workflow, because just think if you do your color corrections and more lighting and special effects stuff and whatever you want to do, you want that apply on your dodge and burn as well. So yeah, just get dodge and burn ready and then do everything else. So I'll start showing you the most basic way what Photoshop wants you to do, because they actually have a dodge and burn tool, and it's right here. You see it, it's dodge and burn in German, but I won't recommend using them because they are what you call destructive. And destructive in Photoshop means you're destroying or changing information on your picture. So the pixels you edit on, they will change, and they'll change forever. So yeah, let's do a dodge and burn with these tools. So I'll go here and paint a bit light under her eyes to get rid of these dark areas here, maybe brighten up her eyes, maybe brighten up back of the nose a bit, and the other eye, shadows, maybe put some highlights on the lips. Okay, so now I'm done, and yeah, now I see, okay, maybe the nose, this is not what I wanted. And okay, how to remove it? Yeah, okay, I could go back, but I did the other eye after that, so that's not an option for me. Also, okay, you might say, okay, just maybe we just use the burn tool now and darken it again. Okay, maybe this worked a bit, but you see it's not the same, and that's basically the problem. Now this layer of our photo, it's destroyed forever, so you cannot remove it or change it in any way. You could erase it if you don't want the effect here, but now you can't paint on it again because there's nothing there. And yeah, so that's why you shouldn't work in a destructive way. And if you want to work in a non-destructive way, then you could use dodge and burn like I do, and that's what I'll show you now. So what we want to do is we're creating two curve layers. So you go down here on that, I don't know what it's called in English. Yeah, but this little icon in the middle here, and we select curves, and we want our dodge curve to be really bright, so just grab the middle of this curve and bring it up about to the center of this rectangle we see here. So the picture gets actually really bright, but that's what we want here. So if we've done that, can just select the black color, select the fill tool and fill it with black. So you'll actually hide everything. So if you're unfamiliar with these masks of the curve layer I edited here, please let me know if you're interested in some basic tutorials, because I have no idea what you guys already know or don't know. And yeah, just let me know in the comments or send me a message anywhere, and maybe I'll do another tutorial to learn about these masks, because they're actually pretty helpful and you should really get used to them. Okay, also we'll call this dodge, and we'll make a second curve layer, and we do the exact same, but this time we'll put it to the lower right, so our picture gets really dark. Okay, and fill it with black color, and we call it burn. So there we are. Now I recommend selecting both and just hold the shift key and click on this little folder down here, so you can reduce them to a folder, call it dodge and burn. And that's it, we are prepared, we can start now. So okay, what we want to do is we want to bring up the highlights in her face, and we want to darken the shadow areas, so we get a lot more depth in our picture. So a little recommendation from me, if you want to learn more about dodge and burn usage in the beauty retouch, hop over to YouTube and watch some makeup tutorials. And I really mean it, because this is a really basic technique in makeup, and it's called contouring and highlighting, and there's a million tutorials out there. And yeah, we're actually doing the exact same thing, just in a digital way. So if you want to know more about it, just watch makeup tutorials, it's really helpful. Okay, let's start. We select our brush tool, and we want the hardness to 0, because we want a real soft brush. And if you're using a graphics tablet, you want your brush actually pretty big, like, I don't know, 160 pixels for this image. So just imagine you're using an actual makeup brush. So okay, and if you don't have a graphic tablet, here maybe you'll choose something like this. Okay, so whatever you're using, small brush for mouse users and a big brush for graphic tablets users. Also because as we remember, our layers are really strong in their effect, so they are really dark or really bright. We have to decrease the opacity of our brush, so I recommend using something like 5 maybe. So we want to just apply a bit of our layer mask here, And yeah, now let's just start. And also don't zoom in too much, because you don't want to do something like this and work only on this eye and then work on that eye and then work on the nose. Because you actually have to see the entire face, so you get everything right. Okay, so I'm gonna apply. Want to work on the dodge layer first, so we're applying highlights here, and I want to bring up the dark areas beneath the eye just a bit to remove the shadows there. Okay, the other eye as well. Also, I always apply a bit of highlight right here at the center of the eye, on the other side. And yeah, you see her right eye, her left eye, is a bit darker than the other one, so just bring this up a bit, so maybe so they're the same. Okay, so let's check before and after. Okay, and you see she looks a lot more awake now, a bit more healthy and vital actually. Okay, and that's it for the dodge on the eyes. What's also helpful is to put a bit of highlighting on the back of the nose, just a bit, and a little highlight on the tip of her nose. Okay, and we also want to apply a few highlights on her lips, have them more detailed. Okay, so I'll just increase the highlights that are already there but got swallowed by my camera. Remove a few shadows on her skin. Okay, so that's it for highlights on the face. And now I'll switch to our burn layer. So let's paint a few shadows. And what you want to do if you have a cosplayer wearing like false lashes or strong eye makeup, you want to paint shadows on the outsides of her eyes, so just to increase that look and make the lashes look even bigger and her makeup even stronger. So we paint on the outsides of the eyes, apply it on the eyelashes. Okay, and I'll show you before and after. Okay, so you see I'll just put more dramatic effect to her eye makeup. And the other thing you usually do if you use the burn tool is applying shadow on the sides of the nose, just a bit. Okay, be careful there, just a bit. Give the nose a little bit more shape. Also, we want to bring up the eyebrows a bit. They're covered by hair, so it's not that important in this image, but I usually do that. And we also want to apply some burn on her lips, and this time we'll apply it on the outside, so her lips look a lot bigger. And the other thing you can do with the burn tool is, yeah, it highly depends on the image you're using, but Sometimes it's really helpful to bring a bit shadows just beneath the cheekbones, right here, using a big brush, and just paint in. You'll see that a lot in makeup tutorials actually. So you can make the face a bit thinner and a bit longer. But as said, it depends on the image, but for Sailor Mars, I guess it's a good effect. So down to the chin. Okay, so that's it for the face actually. And I'll show you before and after. Oops, wrong layer. There we go. Okay, as you can see, her face has a lot more depth in it, and so as you can see, her face looked a bit flat in the beginning, and yeah, that's basically your camera's fault, because that always happens when you're taking a photo where there is a lot of light in it. So using the dodge and burn, we actually brought back that detail, and yeah, as you can see, her makeup looks stronger now and her contours are a lot stronger, her lips look bigger. And yeah, now you can decide if you want the effect this strong or just reduce the opacity of your dodge and burn group a bit. That's what I normally do, to like 60, and the effect is still there but a bit more subtle. The next thing we can do using dodge and burn is bringing out a lot more details in the entire image. So wherever you think you'll need more shadows or more highlights, you can use this tool on the entire image. It's not only for beauty retouch, that's just the classic use case for it. So for example, we have this these kanji here, and they look a bit gray actually, and yeah, maybe we want to have them more black because it just doesn't look good. So just use my burn tool. So maybe I'll make a copy of it. Just use Command and J or Control J, make a duplicate, and we have to fill our layer again with a solid black color, and here we can start again. Smaller brush. Guess we can use a bit more opacity here, like 15. And then just paint on it. Okay, we can use a lot more than 15. Maybe 50. Okay, so now you see the letters got a bit darker just by applying this layer on it. Okay, so this is one way to use it, just to make stuff black that is gray or got too bright in your image. And for example, if you have structures somewhere, like on her neck, I'd even bring out that a bit. So just take your brush, paint in the shadows, like this. Hop over to Dodge, bring in the highlights. And you already see this area just got a lot more detail. Okay, so real strong effect. And I also like using dodge and burn for details on clothes. So normally I won't use it on her Sailor Mars costume. But if you have a model, it's like a soldier or a warrior, and you have already a real dark image and you want to have the clothes really strong in that picture, you can for example bring out the folds like here, and just you simply do the same thing all the time. Make the opacity a bit stronger and take your brush tool and darken the shadows. Like this. And brighten the highlights. And as you can see, we got a nice strong effect here. And if I show you before and after of the entire image, yeah, you can see the difference really good. It's kind of subtle, but it's really important. So you can see we brought out a lot more detail than we had before. And yeah, that's basically it. That's what you use dodge and burn for. So I really hope you understood anything I said and could follow the tutorial. Yeah, now just go on, try it out, have a little fun with dodge and burn, and yeah, maybe show me your results. If you're just a beginner of photography and try this for the first time, just show me your pictures, send me them, and if you have further questions, just put them in the comments or send me a message on Facebook or Twitter or whatever you like, and I'll try to help you and answer all your questions. Also, if you have a special topic you want to know about, maybe I could do